Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. This is Muhammad Atif, and this is the summary of today's lesson. Today we started lesson 3, unit 5 in the student book, page number 70 and 71. In last lesson we have started this lesson 3. We have completed first 4 exercises on page 70, and today we resumed our exercises. We resumed our lesson from exercise 5. Exercise 5 is about the second presentation. Read the presentation below about Jane Goodall and replace the words in blue with a more interesting adjectives from the box. I explained the students that adjective is a word that we use to describe more information about a noun and a pronoun. So I asked the students to replace all these nice. Nice is also adjective. So I asked them to replace these adjectives with uh, these adjectives like beautiful, remarkable, amazing, exotic, and extraordinary. And then I displayed the answers as well, but I'm going to include it now. So these are the answers on your screen right now for activity 5 and 6. Activity 5 is again listening activity. I already included track 28 in my previous summary video, so you can listen to the track from the summary video. So then we have a grammar topic, question tag. So I included a short tutorial video to explain question tag, which I'm going to include it now again for the summary purpose.
Tag questions. Tag question is a special grammatical structure. It is a statement followed by a tag or a mini question. We add a tag at the end of some statements to get a response. It means something like, "Do you agree with me?" or "Am I right?" Tag questions are oftentimes used in spoken English, but be careful when you use it in formal writing. There are a few rules concerning the use of tag questions. The first one, to make a tag, use the same auxiliary verb found in the statement. Second one, if there is no auxiliary verb, use do, does, and did. The third one, if the statement is in positive form, make a negative tag. But if the statement is in negative, make a positive tag. The last one, remember that the statement and the tag are always separated by a comma.
So these are the rules to write a question tag. To make a question tag, use the some auxiliary verbs, means modal verbs found in the statement. And if there is no auxiliary verbs, like no modal verbs in the statement, use do, does, and did in question tag. So third rule that you have to follow, if the statement is in positive form means without not, then make a negative tag. And if the statement is in negative form, like if the statement contains the word not, then make a positive tag. And the last rule, that remember that the statement and the tags are always separated by a comma. So these are some rules that you have to follow while making tags.
Take note of the following examples. The first one, she is Mrs. Robinson's daughter, isn't she? Our statement here is, she is Mrs. Robinson's daughter. Our tag is, isn't she? If you notice, the statement used the auxiliary verb is. That's why we also used is in our tag. Our statement is in the positive form. Therefore, we need to make a negative tag. But if we do this, the structure also changes. It will now become auxiliary verb plus noun plus not. Example, she is Mrs. Robinson's daughter. Is she not? If you've noticed, the auxiliary verb is comes first, followed by the noun she and not. Another example, you weren't here last night, were you? Our statement is, you weren't here last night. Our tag is, were you? The auxiliary verb in our statement is were. Same in our tag. Our statement is in the negative form. Therefore, a positive tag is needed.
So as you can see that we have a statement first, okay, and then a tag. So as we discussed in rules, we use modal verbs for tags if we have any modal verbs in our statement. So here auxiliary verb is were, so we used the same auxiliary verb for our tag, and here we have not in our statement, means that the statement is negative, so we used positive tag, and we use the same subject you and also the same subject in tag.
Are you? Another one. He lives in Main Street, doesn't he? Our statement is, he lives in Main Street. Our tag is, doesn't he? Take note, we don't have an auxiliary verb here. We only have the main verb, lives. Therefore, we need to use a do verb in the tag. Since the subject is in singular form, he, we need to use does. Our statement is in the positive form. Therefore, a negative tag is needed.
Again, we discussed this do, did, or does also in our rules. Like if we do not have any modal or auxiliary verbs in our statement, then we use do, did, or does according to the statement. So here we need to follow the subject because the subject is singular, so we used does. Okay, and our statement is in positive form, so we use not, and then he, the subject. So this is how we have to make question tags.
Doesn't. Some more examples. You can help me, can't you? She got a perfect score on the test, didn't she? Tom and Ben are friends, aren't they?
So this is how we discuss the question tags, and I explained them during the help of this short tutorial. And then I asked them to read the use of English box, listen and repeat the questions. So this is the question exercise 7. I'm going to include track 29 in the summary video.
Track 28. Track 29.
1. Jane Goodall is British, isn't she? 2. She lived in London, didn't she? 3. She dreamed of traveling to Africa, didn't she? 4. Jackie Chan's real name means born in Hong Kong, doesn't it? 5. The Karate Kid was fantastic, wasn't it?
So I asked them to also read these questions with tags, statements with question tags, same like the track. So that was our today's lesson. Thank you very much. Take care and goodbye.